Ah, there he is, my Tory chief, my leader, distinguished leader. Congratulations, you did it. You did it. A clean sweep in the predictions at WrestleMania Backlash.
AEW Double or Nothing.
Yes.
This weekend.
Yes.
I want the exact same.
You got it, my Tory.
Clean sweep. Do you understand?
Yes, my Tory leader, my master baker, yes.
Do you understand?
I 100% understand. A clean sweep, if that is what you require, a clean sweep, the cleanest of sweeps is what you will have.
Go away.
Yes, distinguished leader.
Clean sweep.
Ladies and gentlemen, quiet cowboy, you don't have a friend in me. My name is Tom Campbell, fake Geordie, radio presenter without portfolio, and the advocate for my Tory-in-chief, your reigning, defending, undisputed, cultaholic heavyweight champion, Adam Pacitti! And welcome to predictions for AEW Double or Nothing 2022. I'm here, the cowboy is here, your leader, your distinguished leader is here, but we need to complete the picture. The bread line. Yes, the bread line! Professional wrestling journalism's top group of lads. We need to complete the picture of the bread line before we drag this boy down towards it. We need a little bit of enforcement. Joining Adam Pacitti and myself today from the breadline, it is Chaz and Dave Uso! Here, get in here, lads! Get in here, lads! There we go. What a family. The breadline looking to take over and give you, and especially you, your very own cost of living crisis. Let's get on with the predictions for AEW Double or Nothing 2022. We kick off with the pre-show. It's Hookhausen taking on Tony Nese and Mark Sterling. Former champ, who you got and why?
I am going for Tom. I am going for Hookhausen. I think it's the buy-in match, first match on the card. Why not have a giant babyface win and just kick things off in a nice fashion? Also, not to mention, Tony Nese knocked the absolute poo-poo out of Danhausen. That's right, I couldn't think of another word there. He knocked the absolute poo-poo out of Danhausen, and I think we need to see Danhausen in action. We were robbed of that, Tom, and it's finally time to see that in an AEW ring.
And that is an excellent shout, and you know what? Our dreamboat looking for the dream girl completely agrees with you. Hookhausen absolutely should be the ones to take the win in the pre-show. There's also some nice fun that you could have potentially with Danhausen maybe trying to sneak into Team Taz. That's what Adam said anyway.
That's quite good.
I quite like that as well. Moving on to our next match, what have we got, Andrew?
We've got MJF versus Wardlow. It's the massive blow-off we've all been waiting for, Tom. Who are you and your client going for?
Well, our distinguished leader, Adam Pacitti, believes that Wardlow is the guy picking up the W here. This has been a really well-told story between these two. Really enjoyed the work that Wardlow and MJF have been doing. And I think whilst we're at it, because he's threatened to do so, I think Wardlow is going to break a world record on Sunday.
Doing all this, doing his little symphony.
There will be a symphony of destruction in the form of the record broken for amount of power bombs.
Oh, very nice.
I see that becoming a thing. Who have you got and why?
You take a mortal man. That symphony of destruction, that. I'm going for Wardlow. After all of this has been going on, I think it's finally time to give Wardlow the big win. Give him that contract into AEW he so very much deserves. You know, part of me was thinking, ooh, will we get a swerve and see MJF do some naughty shenanigans to pick up the win against Wardlow? But I think it's not the right time for that. I think it really is genuinely a time of Wardlow. So give it to Pig! Give it to Big Pig, man! Do it. Can't
help but notice so far that all of your predictions have matched that of our distinguished leader. Just putting that out there. I mean,
ow!
House of Black versus Death Triangle in a 6-man battle. Who you got? Why?
Careful
with those.
Like, I've got I've got Death Triangle because they've got very, very scary legs and feet. That's not the reason I've got Death Triangle. Phoenix has recently come back. We've got this dark persona of Penta now. I think they are absolutely going to win this one. House of Black been kind of getting like the upper hand recently as well. So I'm going to go for the Geordie boy and his good friends, the boys in the brothers, man. Yes, the Luchas, yes.
I'd like to throw some kicks myself, but the last time my foot was that high was when I owned a Palm Pilot. But I am going to go, it's not my place to go anywhere, except wherever our Tory leader sends us. We are deciding, more importantly, Adam Pacitti is deciding, the House of Black is picking up the win here. I feel like with the stuff that Death Triangle's been doing to get back at House of Black, and we believe that there is a real opportunity here to put the House of Black over like Rover on an established team quite like Death Triangle. I think that whatever happens, it's going to be just a knockdown drag out of a match.
Absolutely.
But it's going, according to your reigning, defending, undisputed champion, it's going to House of Black.
Next up in an Anarchy in the Arena match, we have the Jericho Appreciation Society versus Eddie Kingston, Santana and Ortiz, and Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson of the BCC. Tom and Tollman, who are you going for?
Well, our boy representing the blue is picking the Blackpool Combat Club here. Not quite sure who the constituent is for Blackpool, but we will be in touch. This is a great opportunity to get the Blackpool Combat Club in a strong position. The Jericho Appreciation Society stuff's been a bit hit and miss as a stable. I know you've not been a fan. That's the face of somebody that hasn't been a fan. But this is a nice good guy win in a match that will no doubt just be filled with nonsense all around the ring, all around the arena, possibly even into the car park. But Blackpool Combat Club to get the dub. Who you got and why?
Oh, I wish I was going for the Blackpool Combat Club, Tom, but I'm not. I'm going for the Jericho Appreciation Society to win this.
You don't like them.
I don't like them at all. But now you know. Jericho's a wizard. Anything could potentially happen. But no, recently on Dynamite we saw Danielson's leg get caught in the ramp. That could very much factor into the match as well as being a little bit of something that they could play on.
You think that's part of the story?
I think that could very well be part of the story. Jericho can fireball now, so that's going to be incorporated in there somehow. I think out of both teams, people in the Jericho Appreciation Society, such as Garcia and Daddy Magic Man Hangman and the other one that I can absolutely remember, I think they could probably do with a win more than all the people within the team of the Blackpool Combat Club, and Ortiz and Santana and Eddie Kingston. I think we're going to get some kind of... there's going to be more shenanigans that there could possibly be in this match for the Jericho Appreciation Society to pick up a win, because then I think it's going to go over one more time to a final singles match between Chris Jericho and Mr. Kingston.
You seem a little bit uneasy with Chaz and Dave behind you today.
They're a bit... They're putting me off slightly.
They're perfectly fine as long as you're perfectly fine with them. The Hardys versus the Young Bucks in tag team action. Next, former champ. Who you got and why?
I'm going to go for the Hardys in this one because, yes, even though the Young Bucks have been losing their way slightly and could probably do with a win, I think it's the first time in AEW on pay-per-view that the Hardys are getting together for a big pay-per-view match, and I can see them getting the win.
Well, I'm glad that you went the Hardys, because the beast in constituency has chosen the opposite to you. As the Young Bucks look keen to chalk up a big old W. You see, the thing is, they've not been themselves as of late.
No.
They've been off colour, and this is an opportunity for them to get back to where they were, and I feel like a win over the Hardys would just be the beginning of a story between the Hardys and the Young Bucks. This is chapter 1 of what is going to be a very exciting book, a page-turner, a little bit like Adam Pacitti's biography, Blue Savannah, available from all good conservative MP outlets very soon. So that's why we genuinely believe this is the start of something special between the Hardys and the Bucks, and it starts with a big dub for the Bucks.
Next up, we have the women's final of the Owen Hart Cup tournament. It is Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho. Who are you going for, boys, and why?
Well, chatting with Tori Amos behind me, the decision has been made that we are going with Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Before we privatise the dentist industry, let's give her a cup to spit into. Genuinely, like the idea, like Britt Baker lost the Women's Championship, and I feel like that she needs a little bit more bragging rights to have, whilst there are other titles that have other champions doing their thing. So I feel like a win in this cup would be a useful thing for Britt Baker, and it plays into something that I and my Tory chief have picked for later on. Who you got and why?
I doth just completely switch this round. I'm going for Ruby Soho in this one. Ruby Soho. She needs the win. She needs the win, boys, because she's not really been doing anything of substance as of late, and I think she could very much do with a win in this one. Yes, I can see the Healy people doing the Healy things with the wins from the Owen tournaments, but I think booking terms, it makes more sense that Ruby wins. I think she definitely deserves it more at this moment. I don't think Britt Baker needs anything at this moment, but Ruby definitely does.
Do you know what you deserve?
What?
To not be Cultaholic Heavyweight Champion.
Well, I'm not.
Well, good. And we move on to the Men's Owen Hart Foundation Cup final. It's sorry, Chaz, did you say something? No, sorry. It's Adam Cole, baby, versus Samoa Joe. Who you got and why?
Oh, I'm being silly with this one, boys. I'm going for Samoa Joe. Yes, he is the Ring of Honor television champion. Does he need anything else at this moment? Perhaps not, but I do think he actually does, because Ring of Honor is having, well, it's been bought by Tony Khan. It's having this big sort of rebrand and everything as well. I think to put a little bit more substance into the brand of Ring of Honor, you have somebody win this tournament final. Yeah, of course, I think Cole could definitely do with it as well. But he's coming off some like hot sort of pay-per-view matches and whatnot recently. But I think Joe kind of deserves it more. Satnam Singh, Sonjay Dutt, Jay Lethal, could they get involved? Yes, but it could be a swervy. They might make us think, oh, they're gonna cost him a match. But then they don't. Maybe I'm going with my head over my heart here, or my heart over my head here, sorry. But I'm going to go for Samoa Joe. Do it, please. Joe, do it. Thanks.
Are you hearing this? Head over heart, head over heels. More like Samoa no. Adam Cole, baby. Definitely as the winner of the Owen Hart Cup. Adam Cole, who lost at the last pay-per-view in the main event for the World Championship, I feel like needs something now to really get his teeth into. And this serves multiple masters. It gives Adam Cole his first title win in AEW. And also, could we potentially see an all-elite power couple finally come to the fore, with Britt Baker and Adam Cole both taking cups home to put on their mantelpiece. The same mantelpiece. I'd put something in the middle just to balance it out. It just helps the fei shui in the room. The fei shui?
Yeah.
The feng shui.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be 2 cups going to the same address, as Adam Cole is winning the Men's Owen Hart Foundation Cup.
I tell you what, lads, next up for the TBS title, we have Jade Cargill defending her belt against Anna Jay. Who are you going for?
And
why?
Why? Well, there's no other person this could go to. It's the head of the baddie section. It's Jade Cargill, my tribal leader of the Tory constituency. Regularly pumps his fist at the thought of this TBS championship belonging to Jade Cargill for many, many years to come. And Jade Cargill has just been a dominant champion, and I feel like this is more just, not so much a title opportunity for Anna Jay, but more the opportunity to get beaten into a fine powder by Jade Cargill. That is why Adam Pacitti, your reigning defending Cultaholic Heavyweight Champion, is going for Jade Cargill. Who have you got and why?
I am going for exactly the same. Jade Cargill. It just... Oh, Tom, this doesn't feel like anything else but another rack up on the win count for Jade Cargill at the moment. There doesn't seem to be many credible challenges for that belt yet, and I don't know if
I know the feeling. Go on.
I don't know if that's a detriment to the TBS title, but at the same time, it's also getting Jade Cargill over, which is good. But on the flip side, it's not getting other people over at the same time, which is a bit of a shame. So, yeah, I'm going for Jade Cargill on this one. Until we actually start building some credible challenges for that title, I think she's got it in their bag for a very, very long time.
The struggle is very, very real. The AEW World Tag Team Championships on the line. It is Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus defending against Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland and the Team Taz combo of Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs. Who have you got and why?
Now there's a lot of factors in this match, and kind of like with the stuff that's been happening with Christian, it feels like Christian is going to do something to perhaps cost Express the titles, but I'm going to say that Express keep the titles for now. I think the chase sometimes is a little bit better than when you actually finally get the belts, as we maybe have seen with Hangman Adam Page at the moment, but we'll get there in the next match. I think if Swerve and Keith got the belts right now, I don't know. I don't really know if it would feel as good. I think we need some more twists, some more turns, and I feel as though Christian could end up doing something heelish to have the belts kept on Jurassic Express, and Jungle Boy's going to have a little bit of he's going to not feel so good about that, and that could lead to something between those two down the line.
That's quite a story that you're spinning there.
Straight up top of this Chrome Dome.
Well,
I tell you.
We don't need a story to tell you our winner. There's a song all about us making sure that we are remembering one particular person. We are talking about Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. It is without doubt in the Mind Palace of wrestling's greatest mind, Adam Pacitti, that it's going to be a win for Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. That they've been on a tear as a tag team. There was a vibe of being thrown together, but they've really mastered the art of tandem work, and it seems to be for this end complete as becoming the AEW World Tag Team Champions. Now, you're very rarely right, young Andrew. Very rarely. But I think there's something in your theory about Christian Cage getting involved in some silly buggers to maybe cost them that.
Thanks for agreeing. You could be my advocate.
Not in a million years.
Oh. Next up, it's the AEW Women's title match between Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa, who is looking to keep that belt around her waist. Who are you going for, boys, and why?
Well, not the only one looking to keep a belt around the waist. Should be somewhat of a foregone conclusion on that front. And on the front of Thunder Rosa, Adam Pacitti determining that Rosa should be the one to take the belt. Now, Serena Deeb has been building up quite the back catalogue of victories and moments so far. I really like this idea of bringing her in as kind of what she was doing in WWE, which was just like this wrestling teacher. And they kind of enhanced that. And so this kind of paints itself as being the toughest test so far for Thunder Rosa, somebody who is a phenomenal wrestler. But I feel like it's the idea of Deeb becoming champion now, I don't think feels right. But I feel like this is a big win for Rosa should she get past her, which the Mind Palace of Pacitti believes will be the case. Who you got and why?
Well, I think that Mind Palace is absolutely correct. I think it's far too soon to take the belt off Thunder Rosa. I do think down the line, Serena Deeb absolutely is shooing to hold that title, but now is just not the right time. The build to this has felt, whilst there has been things to sort of flesh it out slightly, it still feels a little bit lackluster. I don't know if that's just through booking or decisions or whatnot. It's just not felt as impactful as maybe it should have done for a Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa collision. And for that, I'm going for Thunder Rosa to retain.
Copy this again. And in the main event of the evening for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, it is champion Hangman Page defending against challenger CM Punk. Main eventing that's got me lamenting. Who you got and why?
I've gone for the Cowboy Man to retain the belt. Yeah. Oh, Tom and Adam, I guess, as well. Is there something...
Address Adam before me, by the way.
So, I think that Adam and Tom I think that Adam Page's title reign has, there's been some phenomenal matches, don't get me wrong. It's the build to a lot of these things that have made this title run feel a little bit lackluster for me personally. And yes, whilst I do think CM Punk is hot at the moment, if you kind of don't put the belt on him now, when do you do that? Especially he might not have too much long left in the ring, perchance. I think you don't necessarily pull the trigger now. I think you keep the belt on Adam Page, perhaps even turn him heel in the process, and then we start building to some real big babyface versus heel champion stories that mean something and feel very good in the old gut and make you go, woo, that's nice. That's the reason I'm going for Hangman Adam Page.
Well, from nice gut energy to big brain energy from the Breadline's Master Baker, we are going with CM Punk to become the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. And that is without any disrespect to Hangman Page. He is officially our favourite anxious millennial cowboy. There isn't even a number 2. Except maybe the number 2 over there. And it is easy to say, oh, he was a rubbish champion and he should finish up. I think there's another story to tell for Hangman Page down the road as a challenger. But for now, I think this is where not only do we see CM Punk become the flag bearer for AEW, which will upset some people, admittedly. You know, a guy who made his trade elsewhere, coming in here and becoming the top guy, but I think you lean into it. I think you make him a bit of a baddie, and I think you've got some great stories to tell there. So, Adam Pacitti, the reigning Cultaholic Heavyweight Champion, is choosing CM Punk to leave AEW Double or Nothing as the main guy, as the top lad. And those are our predictions for AEW Double or Nothing 2022. Our Tory chief, the Master Baker of the Breadline, Adam Pacitti, will be live with him on Sunday with live reactions to the pay-per-view. You'll also have What Happened At with Jack the Jobber and the WTF moments with Ross Tweddle the following day. We hope you will join us for all of our AEW-related Double or Nothing content across the weekend. I want to say good luck, but I won't. From the Breadline and your reigning, defending, undisputed Cultaholic Heavyweight Champion, I say stay safe and love you bye.
What's that?
It's our symbol. It's the symbol thing we do.